Journey with the enduring Maroons. Resilience amid relentless adversity and cultural preservation.
From the rugged hills of Jamaica to the frozen fields of Nova Scotia, and finally to the shores of Sierra Leone, the Maroons carried with them a defiance against oppression that still inspires to this day. The Maroons were descendants of formerly enslaved Africans who had escaped slavery and built their own independent societies in the mountains of Jamaica. They lived by their own rules, preserving African traditions, languages, and spirituality while resisting British colonial rule at every turn. By the late 18th century, the Maroons had already fought and won one war against the British, but the peace would not last. Tensions grew between the colonial government and the Maroons of Trelawney Town, and in 1795, the Second Maroon War erupted. British troops struggled against this unconventional warfare, but eventually, the British turned to scorched earth tactics, destroying crops and using bloodhounds to hunt down fighters. The Maroons, facing starvation, were forced into a truce. The British promised leniency, and of course, they broke their word. Over 500 men, women, and children of Trelawney Town were captured, exiled, and transported across the Atlantic to a cold, unfamiliar land, Nova Scotia. Those who did arrived in Nova Scotia in July, exhausted and disoriented, stepping into an entirely different world. The Maroons were expected to assimilate quickly, to do manual labor, and to abandon the culture that has sustained them for generations. Yet, the cold winters, poor farmland, and lack of fair wages made life unbearable for them. They faced relentless pressure to convert to Christianity, abandon their Akan spiritual practices, and adopt the agricultural lifestyle of the settlers. They petitioned for fair treatment, and most importantly, they never stopped demanding their freedom. Their demand was clear: the right to leave Nova Scotia. They would not repatriate them to Jamaica, but instead, they'd send them to Sierra Leone, a British colony in West Africa. And on September 30th, 1800, the transport ship HMS Asia carried 177 women, 151 men, and 222 children to the port of Freetown. It was not the homecoming that they had dreamed of, but once again, they adapted. For them, their Maroon history is a symbol of pride, dignity, and endurance against oppression.